like why cleaning business owners are stagnant. And we want to talk about it because it has become an issue. Like we're all in survival mode. We sometimes forget about ourselves. Sometimes we get so caught up in work, we forget like how to even operate as a person. We start to lose ourselves. And it's just like, Lord Jesus, what am I doing? Am I doing this right? Is this supposed to be my path that I'm supposed to go down? Because it doesn't seem like we're supposed to do that.
Right.
So this is just something that we have. So we want to talk about the mindset. We want to talk about the mindset because it's very, very important. All right. Go to the next slide. All right. So have you guys ever felt like you're working harder than ever, but your bank account does not reflect it? Like, can I get a 1 in the chat if you feel that way, or give me a thumbs up where you are working very, very hard and you just feel like your bank account does not reflect what you're actually, bringing in, like how much work, how many hours you're actually putting in. Mm-hmm. So that's the purpose of this slide today, is just to figure out how we can make it balanced. So that way you don't feel so overwhelmed during this government shutdown with all the changes that our president is making, even with stuff going up. It's just a lot that is going on. I know me and Miss Johnson, we watched the documentary of Katrina. I don't know how many of you guys have actually watched that, but it's pretty sad. And I did not know the extensive that New Orleans had went through when they actually had the hurricane. I just know I heard stories about it and it was devastating. I just know that I didn't know exactly how much damage that it actually did for them. And
people had to go through,
right,
until we watched the documentary and we were like, oh shit, this is a lot. This was real. This was,
right. It was just so much that they went through, and so many people were not prepared for the storm. It's like so many people had to stay in their homes because they didn't have the money to leave. They had to stay there and kind of like ride this out. So it's like during the process of Hurricane Katrina, the people survived Hurricane Katrina, but then there was these what do you call those things? The veils, the levees end up breaking in 3 different places, and it flooded the whole New Orleans. So it's kind of like, dang, you know what I mean? We survived the storm, but now we got to worry about something totally different. It was like everything, New Orleans was underwater, and it's just like, we don't want to get caught up in a situation to where we don't have financial stability for ourselves. When I say that, you want to make sure that you got some money in your account for, we use, my mom used to say, for a rainy day. And the reason she used to say that is because of situations like this. So I just want to know, if something was to come, a big storm was to come in your town, would you guys be prepared? Would you guys be prepared to just to pack up your family? You got enough money to just go. I heard Miss Priscilla. Is that, what about everybody else? Can I get a thumbs up?
Not for me. I'm not prepared.
See, okay.
No, not yet.
Okay, so we got to get to a point to where we have to start looking at things as if we're not going to be here tomorrow. We got to start to look at our accounts, look at our money situation, because sometimes we're going to have to make tough decisions, because this is the reason why we're doing these slides today. All right, the cycle of survival. All right, the real problem isn't hard work, it's the habit loop. Okay, you work, you earn, you spend, you repeat. You work, you earn, you spend, you repeat. You work, you earn, you spend, you repeat. Because this is one of the things that we talked about at our workshop, guys, our Pricing to Profit workshop, is how you're always on this cycle. We've all have been an employee at some point of time. So when we put in all these working hours, we're like, man, when I get my check, that's my money. I'm about to spend it all. So it's kind of like, we got to get out of that mentality that as soon as we get that money, we got to spend it all, and we got to create extra streams of income, so that way we can actually be able to sustain if something was to come. We don't have to rely off of our business income. We got other things. And you say, well, what do you mean other streams of income? Well, when you own a cleaning business and you get it to the where it needs to be, you can actually become an affiliate. That is extra streams of income. Whatever insurance you have, when you refer insurance to a friend, a coworker, that is an affiliate link. That's affiliate money. The CRMs. I know Miss Megan. She offers, what is it called? What is it called? What is the thing called?
Convert Labs.
There you go, Convert
Lab.
Lab. You guys can offer that as an opportunity for anybody that you guys are around, and that could become affiliate money. You don't have to go out here and promote it. You can to get more, but it's something that you can talk about for people to be able to buy into it. Another thing is you can go and what's another affiliate you could do?
I would suggest, this might sound weird to y'all, but I really would suggest everybody to create their own book, have their own book.
That's good,
right?
That's good.
Like, you can make so much money creating a book, and right now in 2025, it's so easy. It's easier to do this than it was back in the 90s.
That's right.
Like, we got so much top technology out right now.
That's right.
To where you can get this book done in one day. Okay, a real, actual, tangible book with you go take a photo shoot. You're on the cover, and you're literally positioning yourself. All your book has to do is solve a problem.
That's it.
So when your customers see that you got a whole book out, you don't think they're gonna buy your book? Like, you know what I'm saying? We're working on a children's book for our kids, right? My son and my daughter, they about to have their own book in 2026. I'm not playing no games. Y'all gonna get out there. I went to these big fancy conferences, and I saw the speakers. They had their kids out there signing doing book signings, you know, and they had their own book.
Yeah.
And I'm like, when I looked into it, I did the research. I said, you know what? It's not even hard to put a book together nowadays. You can literally go to ChatGPT, have your book solve a problem. You can go on Fiverr, get someone to format your book.
Yep. Literally.
Go on Fiverr, get someone to create the book cover for you. Right? This literally, you ain't doing nothing. All you doing is outsourcing all the work for your book. Put the book on Amazon and sell the dang book.
Listen, y'all, she's not lying, because we went to Walmart, and I don't know if you guys can see this, but we went to Walmart, and there was a daughter and a father sitting at the table, and he had banners and a whole lot of things. But this is his daughter's book, and this is the little girl right here.
Mm-hmm.
He was selling the books for $20, and I was like, wait a minute, really? Like, he wants to show his daughter, instead of being out here doing all this other extra stuff, you can actually become an entrepreneur and have a book. Now, inside of this book, it talks about I'm going to tell, right? So it talks about when kids are getting touched inappropriately and how and what they can do, you know, just solve a problem.
You know what I'm saying? Like I like the way he stepped outside of the box.
Right.
This ain't no regular ABC 1, 2, 3 Dr. Seuss type book.
Exactly.
Like, this book, I feel like kids need to see this book. His daughter was molested.
Yep.
And that's what prompted him to do this coloring book for her. Mm-hmm. And the name of the book is I'ma Go Tell. So it say, what happens if a person touches me here? Yeah. I'ma go tell.
We can share.
What happens if a person does this? I'ma go tell. Like, you know what I mean? They even got a whole video on the thing. Like, she got a whole rap song and everything. The little girl done blew up off of this book. Okay. So that was my epiphany for this year when I went to that conference. Yeah. Ashley told us, she was like, a book.
Yeah.
Everybody needs a book. Anybody can do it. You ain't got to be Oprah nowadays to have a book. True. Anybody can have a book.
You really can.
And it really makes you look bigger than you really are when you have a book and you got your banner and your book and you're out there selling your books. It celebritizes you in other people's eyes.
100%. 100%. So it's kind of like, guys, you can even create a YouTube channel. Like, document your process. Like, people they buy into people. They buy your personal brand. So it's like, create that YouTube channel and show the people your process of how you started out, where you're going, because this is real. People don't be caring about all the proper words that you can say. You know, if you can talk about all the words in the dictionary. They don't care about that point A, point B, point C. No, they want to see that you're real. They want to see somebody that they can actually relate to. So that is another stream of income that you can actually create. It shoot. If you know how to cook, do some plate sales. Like, you gotta create something. If you know how to do t-shirts, I know Miss Blue, that's what she do. You know, you got to figure out some ways of extra income so that way you are not solely relying off of your cleaning business. So another reason for the cycle of survival is nobody has any systems. They're not scaling, and it's just cycles. The cycle repeats itself. So you want to be able to get systems that help your business to operate, so that way one day you can actually step out and the people that you hire can step in. And systems is nothing but a step-by-step process in how you actually run your business. You don't have to do all of them all together, because I know Miss Stephanie Pickens, I know AJ Simmons, I know a lot of people, Miss Debbie Zardone. They did not just create these systems overnight. It took them years, because you just got to get in motion and know how you want to do your onboarding for your clients experience. Know how you want to do your onboarding for your workers experience. Know how you want to do your invoicing. What CRM you want to use. Go ahead, Miss Stacy.
I just wanted to ask, could y'all post a replay in the community? I just pulled up to my doctor's appointment and I have to get off the call.
Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am.
But yes, Miss Tamika, I think the reason why we all are stagnant because we are solely relying on our cleaning business to pay all the bills, our home bills and our business bills. And I feel like if we just invest all our money back into our business, then we could, put our business on automate and grow and scale our businesses. So that's all I have to say. And everybody have a blessed morning and a blessed day.
Yes.
You too. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you, girl. Yes. You got to find out ways to outpace inflation. We ordered Uber Eats yesterday. I think I spent probably $100 and something, but all of that was affiliate money. You see, that wasn't nothing from the cleaning company. That wasn't nothing from my academy. That was affiliate money that we spent, on Uber Eats.
Right.
Okay. So y'all got to figure it out. Oh, somebody else had their hand up. Where's their hand?
Miss Megan.
Go ahead, Miss Megan.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, since I just now got clients this week, I have 4 cleans, and then I have 1 scheduled for next week. So I already told myself, since my company hasn't been bringing in money, I'm gonna use at least $200 to $300 after I make money this week to run ads for my business for next week.
Yes. I love it. I love it. You know what? I just want to tell you, Megan, like, for real, like, I cannot say this.
Yeah, so proud.
I'm so proud of you. Like, you're taking your time. You're not feeling like you have to rush. You're not feeling like, I'm not doing the things that I need to do. Even if you make a mistake, you're still like, I'm in it. I understand I gotta make mistakes sometimes to learn, and it's just a process. Like, girl, like, we told you, once this stuff start coming in, it's gonna start coming in. You know what I mean? And just make sure that you're prepared. So you prepared yourself for this opportunity, and congratulations for everything that you are getting, and you about to get more for you both. Okay?
And get those reviews, Megan.
I know you're right. For your website and Google reviews, like, for real.
Get those reviews, y'all. You need them reviews. You can get Google reviews and video testimonials.
Yes, ma'am.
We say get.
Okay.
Go ahead, Miss James.
Okay, so I agree with you with making, we're not just depending on your cleaning company and making other streams of income. I don't know if you remember, but when I first joined you guys, I was telling y'all, like, financially I was having difficulties, and that's because I had lump sums of money and didn't know how to spend it, didn't know what to do with it, and just blew it. So, now I'm financially okay, but I take my time, and me and my husband was also talking, like, I need to invest in that money. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
I even started reading Rich Dad, Poor Dad. and it talks
that's
about
Okay.
it talks about
That's good.
assets and liabilities.
Yep.
Like, don't get me wrong, I like to look nice and stuff like that, but it's not a dying need. That my dying need is getting my company back off the ground, investing and stuff. And then if you have a little money and you want to splurge, that's fine. You know what I'm saying? But stick to the task at hand. So it basically was teaching me like Gucci, Louis Vuitton, that's a liability.
Right.
Yeah.
It was teaching me about necessities, like starting my company. That's a necessity because it's gonna, in the end, it's gonna work out for me. Um, um, investing in other things that's gonna make me money. What I'm saying. That's not a liability. It's a necessity. You know what I'm saying? It's a necessity. The book is really good, though. The book is really good, and
Yeah.
I had a problem with budgeting and spending like I'm rich and I'm not rich. Far from it. You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
being at my lowest denominator just taught me, you know what I'm saying? Like I had to live check to check, and I couldn't do this, I couldn't do that. I wanted to start my business. I don't got the money to start my business because I spent it doing this, doing that. So that lesson taught me a lot. It just taught me a lot. So
Right.
I agree with you. Like, and I did want to write a book, but I was like, it's hard. It's hard. I wanted to write about my life, and and put the word out there to young people. Don't go the direction that I did. Go the other way.
Right.
You know. So
Right.
so I'm glad that you said that, because I was like, oh, it's hard. I'm trying to do this and do, because I have a habit of, I don't know how to multitask. I'm gonna learn, but I don't know how to multitask. So
Right.
I'll be like, I got this idea. I need to do this. I need to take it slow by slow.
Yeah.
My first concentration is my cleaning company, because I started that to pass on to my grandson.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
my grandson is turning 5 in December, so I started that to pass on. So that's why I'm like, I got to get this off the road. I got to get. But I agree with you guys when you say to have multiple streams of income, because this 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 world right here is everything is just getting crazy,
Yeah.
and you need to have multiple backup plans.
Yep. Yep. That is
So
true.
That's right.
That's so
So
true.
you set a bar there. You got assets, you got liabilities.
mhm.
We order Uber Eats and DoorDash and stuff like that.
Right, yeah, we
That's
have to
liability,
yeah.
Yeah.
so that is why we cannot spend our
Mm,
cleaning business money. We cannot spend,
mhm.
the business money. We got to figure out other ways to take care of those needs.
Right.
So that's why it comes from affiliate money. We'll use that money. If we didn't have that money, then we gonna cook. We gonna cook. You know what I'm saying?
That's pretty much it.
And it is what it is.
You made another good point. Definitely when you were talking about Rich Dad Poor Dad. I did start reading that book, and just the whole concept behind it. There was a story in there where he's basically telling his process on like his journey of entrepreneurship, different types of people's stories. And this was this one story that actually stood out to me that was in the actual book, where this guy took his time. He was getting on different types of trains because he got out the house because he got put out. He was a younger boy. He got put out the house. He left the house from his mom because his mom had somebody in the house. He was like, you know what, I'm just gonna step out on faith type of situation. He was hopping on different trains. He didn't really have a lot. He just knew somebody that he was connected to, that he was like, I'm just about to go see if I can get a job, right? He was like, you know what, I don't care what nobody is telling me. I'm going to see if I can go get this job. He didn't know that the job was going to actually introduce him to other people, or even the owner, because it was some type of scientific machine or something. But long story short, he stepped out on faith, and he didn't care what nobody else said, and he didn't let his situation bound him to the point where he didn't have to just stay where he was at.
Right.
He pursued it, and he ended up meeting up with the actual guy. Right. He ended up meeting with the actual guy, and it was a lot. And just rich dad, poor dad, that's the difference between the rich mindset and a poor mindset.
Yeah.
And you got to be able to decipher the two.
Yeah.
And you get to be able to see the
difference between how the rich dad thought in how the poor dad thought.
Yeah.
The thinkings were different.
Yeah.
You know, so
it was a lot. And then you touched on something else when you were talking about just having assets for your grandbaby. Like that's a lot. You know what I'm saying? That's you're trying to create that generational wealth. And people need to really understand what that means, right? When you say I want to create generational wealth, we gotta unpack that, because it's like you gotta make sure who on this call got life insurance, who on this call has health insurance, who on this call has assets like you know what I'm saying? That is creating generational wealth when you have these particular things. Right. You know what I'm saying? Because the rabbit hole goes deep for the things that you want to create, because you can't create generational wealth if everybody's mindset is in poverty, if they don't understand how to actually get out. And I remember watching this one video, guys, to where it was like a cup, and the scientists had put fleas in the cup. All the fleas was just running around. So they knew they couldn't get out because the top was on the cup. The man, he said, watch this.
He left the cup like that for a week.
Right.
And then he took the lid off of the cup.
Right.
You would think that the fleas would say, okay, I'm free now, and go. But they didn't. They stayed in the cup. Right. Even though they were free, they could come out. They were so used to their environment, they stayed swarming around in the cup. And then he said, that's really what we're in right now. We can get out of our situation, but everybody's swarming around in that cup. Absolutely. You don't even realize the top is off. You can get to the top. Yeah. Okay. But it's like we're a product of our own environment. That's right. That's right. That's why it is a identity shift. That's why everybody starts with the mindset first, because the mindset is the most important thing. Because if you're thinking of the past, of what somebody else taught you from generation to generation, you're going to end up with the same mindset, and you wondering why you're battling with you thinking negative thoughts. That's because somebody done introduced that to you. When we are born into this world, we don't know the ways of the world. We don't understand all this, the bills and stuff like that. We don't even understand fear. If you go to a child, you'll be like, wow, why is this child they're so enthusiasm, they're fearless. They can go, you tell them not to touch the stove, they're gonna touch it anyway. Like, we need to get that imagination back. They go on the playground and they play with everybody on the playground. Yeah. White, black, Hispanic, it don't matter, big, tall. Like, kids, they will play with anybody. Absolutely. But something happens between being 5 years old and an adult, where you start to not be so sociable anymore. Right. So now you a grown adult, and you don't want to talk to anybody at a conference. Right. Now you shy. Right. Right. Like what happened between those times? Exactly. You got to think about it. What happens? And it has an effect on you as an adult. We got to come up out of that. Right. Miss James, you got your hand up there, Miss Blue? Yeah.
Sorry, I was supposed to turn that off, but okay, you absolutely right. The reason why I wanted to create generational wealth is because my mother and my father, back then, I don't know if it was entrepreneur back then. You know what I'm saying? But I guess they didn't know or didn't have it, but they worked check to check. I only have my daughter and my grandson. You know what I'm saying? And I want to make sure when I leave this earth that they're well taken care of. So this is why I'm busting my butt now, and then just turning 50 also. You got to think bigger than what you thought in your 40s, your 30s. Like, everything has to change. Like you said, life insurance, all of that, you got to start thinking about now.
Yeah.
50 is downhill now. You know what I'm saying? Right. So and nobody's promised tomorrow. So I have to get sharp. Like, I just give you a quick example. My brother's girlfriend was afraid for me to get on a plane, right? Because of all of this stuff that's happening, the shutdown, whatever. She was like, please postpone it. And she kind of got me scared. I was scared a little bit. So I'm like, oh, my bank card. I said, oh, I forgot, because I was running around trying to do everything before I left. So I called my daughter. I said, listen, just in case, God forbid, if something happened, oh, my bank card is in here and this and this and this and that. So I called my cousin and I'm like, all right, I didn't put her on my account. So God forbid if something happened, can she get the money out the account? So my cousin was like, yeah. So when I was talking to my daughter, she basically was saying, Mommy, you need to get a trust.
Right.
So God forbid if something do happen, like I don't have to fight with whoever she would have to fight with.
Exactly.
So
Right.
that made me think. So I said, okay, when I get back, I got a lot of stuff to do. So so I just said that to say, like, we have to be more prepared. We getting older. You don't know what might happen to us. So just be prepared for everything. I mean, I'm talking about God forbid, but casket, everything, because I know that my daughter's going to be a wreck. God forbid if something happens to me. So I'm getting a casket, everything, girl. And listen, if it get too crazy out here and it get too high, just cremate me, baby, and keep that money and make sure that you and my grandson and whatever kids that you have is good. So anybody else, let me stop talking. Yeah.
Hey, listen,
I'm
you
telling
speaking
you,
real fast. You speaking real
that's how
fast.
a lot of these a lot of families get rich off of life insurance, right? Because they got these $1 million policies out and stuff like that. But I don't know what it is about our culture. You know, you say $1 million policy, they don't want to invest in it. You know, but when something detrimental happens, now you got to GoFundMe and sell plates to bury your loved ones.
Yeah.
It makes no sense.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Miss Blue.
No, the only thing that I was going to say is just make sure you're creating your separate accounts so you can not fund your business out of your own personal money, such as like for your supplies, your taxes, anything like that, gas, anything that you use in your business overhead. Make sure you're doing what Miss Johnson, Miss Tamika is teaching us how to do to separate your money in those accounts, and that's it.
That's absolutely right. That is good. That is some really good information.
That's right.
That's where it starts at. And see, a lot of people were not taught that growing up.
I know
what
I
I'm
wasn't
saying?
taught that.
So,
I wasn't either.
I learned the hard way.
Right.
And then now I see a lot of people teaching it, but ain't nobody was teaching it back when I started.
Right.
You know, so imagine all the money that I blew through because I didn't know you had to create separation.
Mm-hmm.
You need the separation. That's why you keep overspending because you can't see what the hell going on.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that was very good. That was very good, Miss Blue. Thank you for that.
Thank you for that.
Y'all got any other questions before we move on? Like, this is good. How y'all feeling about this?
I like this. This was a well-needed conversation, especially after we watched the Katrina documentary.
Right.
I'm like, it's so many people unprepared right now and don't even understand why you need to take growing this business more seriously.
Yes.
This isn't the time, especially you in your mid 40s, 50s. This ain't the time to play. Exactly. We don't got time to play around, y'all.
Exactly.
We only got a few more youthful years in here before you 70 and 80 years old. At that age, you're not about to start no business. Okay. You're gonna be somewhere. I don't know what you're gonna be doing, but you probably gonna be thinking about starting a business.
I'll be sitting on my porch, drinking me a cold.
At some point, we gotta enjoy life. But the thing is, if you don't prepare for natural disasters, if you don't prepare for something happening health-wise, if you don't prepare for death, one of these things could take all your cash out, could take you out the game.
Yeah, even if you got $10,000 in your account, even $20,000 in your account, if something was to happen dramatically, if you were to pass away, man, for my mom's funeral, y'all, it cost us at least, I want to say about $15,000. That's $15,000. If you got 20, that's 15 gone. You're only left with 5. You understand? And God forbid if you only got 10,000 in your account and the funeral costs 15, where you gonna get the other 5 from? You understand? So you want to create those assets so that way you are covered, your family is covered. Shoot, like Miss James just said, look, if times get tough, baby, listen, go ahead, just cremate me because I already understand.
That trust. Get that trust.
That is very, very important.
So that your family ain't fighting over the house and all that, and you ain't got to go through the court for years and years and years to get mama house. Mama got the house in a trust.
Absolutely.
You know, this is stuff that's not taught.
Yeah. If you don't have that trust, whatever like jurisdiction you're in, they'll take your home, they'll take the land, and it belongs to the state now.
Yeah,
exactly.
Forget who's the beneficiary.
It don't even
the
matter.
Power of attorney.
It don't, and this is the stuff
Yes.
that's hidden. They don't
Don't
talk
talk
about
about
it. They
it,
ain't gonna
yeah.
tell you nothing. They gonna say, yeah, put them on a beneficiary. They'll be all right. No, they won't.
Yo. All right, we cooking. So, guys, what you believe is what you build. Okay, I'm gonna say that again. What you believe is what you build. So, if you sitting here telling yourself, I can't charge that amount of money because I understand how tough it is out here for people in this time of day. But guess what? They out here paying the painters, the people who cut the grass. Like, just think about it, apartment complexes. If they come and they clean, they come and they paint the house or paint the apartments, they're gonna make more in 5 to 10 minutes. Even the carpet people will come in and make more money in 5 to 10, maybe 30 minutes. And you've been in the apartment for 4, 5 hours. Now they want to be chump change with you. So it's kind of like you charge what you charge. If they don't accept it, then buy it.
Your
you know
price
what I mean?
is your price. That's why it's important for you to know your numbers.
Exactly.
You can't really go by everybody else's numbers. You got to know your numbers, your overhead, your taxes,
right?
And put your profit on top.
Right.
Whether it's 30% profit, 50%. What is your numbers? Okay.
Oh, I heard a hand.
I heard a hand. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I have a client, and the client a long time ago, she taught me in my CNA to get my CNA certificate. She was my teacher. So I clean the daughter's home now, but the mother, she wants her home clean now. And so the mother is wanting the same price as the daughter, but I'm going to explain to her today. I mean, it can't happen. I did the breakdown. She wants someone to clean her blinds and that stuff. It's going to take time, right?
Yeah.
So I did the toll to travel across the bridge tunnel. That's $30. The gas, $25. Eating is $40. Supplies is going to be about $40. And by the time me and AJ divide that up, and then our taxes, we're only left with $41.50. So that's not a good price. And then we've never done a deep clean, in her home. Like, she just broke her hip. And I'm just sitting here thinking, I mean, I agreed to it at first, but once I see the math, I mean, we're going to have to retalk this thing.
Yeah, because
chop them numbers all the way up, all the way until you see what's going to be coming in your bank account.
Exactly.
After all of this stuff.
Exactly.
That's when you get the big aha moment.
Exactly.
And you realize you ain't really making shit, and you about to go out there and clean it.
Yeah. Girl, stop playing. The most important thing for you guys to really understand is your production rate. How long is it going to take you to actually clean this job? Do not just put a price on it because you just giving it a good guesstimate. You want to know your production rate. How many square footage is it going to take? How much square footage can you cover in an hour if you're doing a commercial account? How much can you get done in this residential account? Because that is going to dictate how much you're going to charge the client. And then you got to add your taxes, your overhead, your profit, all this stuff. Once you really break it down and really find out how much, I bet you're gonna be like, listen, we can't do this. It's a non-negotiable. I'm sorry.
It's easier to walk away when you know your numbers.
Absolutely.
It's easier to say, okay, well, I'm sorry, I could refer you to ABC Cleaning Company.
Right.
They just got started. They ain't got a higher high overhead than me. You can go to them.
Absolutely. Go ahead, Miss James.
That was my problem. Pricing. That was my problem. So nice. Oh, I can't do this. Oh, and I do a fabulous job. Me and my employees. Oh, I can't do this. At first I started with, it was just me.
Right.
Oh, I can't do this. Oh, and sometimes clients play. They play on your niceness. They play on your so and I didn't know my numbers. So that's my number one problem, was didn't know my numbers and being too nice. So that's when you guys come in.
There you go. Don't worry.
Miss Johnson, you pushed me because I was scared to death. Tamika, before you came, girl, I had the LLC, but I was scared to death to move ahead. Miss Johnson pushed me. A few other people pushed me and was like, girl, go out here and do it. I
Yeah.
did it, but I didn't know my numbers. So when I tell you I was getting jerked around
Mm-hmm.
left and right, sweetie.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't adding up, but I didn't know. So now I'm back with you guys, and then I ain't playing no more. I don't care. I
It
gotta
ain't
walk away. I gotta walk away.
right.
I'm not gonna bust my ass doing, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Cleaning and they don't have no complaints. No complaints. I've had clients watch me and then go behind me. No complaints at all. And I get this little bit of money now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, you get, and people don't understand, you get what you pay for. That's why, like she said, it should be more easier for you to walk away. If people don't take your price, guys, like, I don't think y'all really heard what I said. They pay carpet cleaners. The carpet cleaners
Everybody
come in,
get paid more than the cleaners.
you know what I'm saying?
in
They
the
come
apartment
in less
complex.
than 30 minutes. They be in the apartment, shoo, 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 and they clean the carpet. They done made about $500-$600.
15 minutes.
You know what I'm saying? And then
For real.
chump change with us. Like,
Oh, let your cleaner go in there for 30
they go
minutes.
at 20 minutes.
The
Like,
cleaner was in there for 30 minutes.
okay.
Well, maybe
They be wanting you to have this apartment speak and span. Like, come on, man. Like, we gotta charge what we're worth. And I don't care who listen, charge what you worth. It do not matter. And as long as you
gotta
done
make it
your
make
market
sense,
research,
man.
and you know within the area what the budget is and all of that, and you have done your calculations as far as your overhead, your taxes, and all of that. Because, like, what I tell people is, you count up all your bills, right? Once you count up all your bills and you know exactly how much everything is, where it's your personal and your business bills, that means the income that you got coming in, it need to be over that. You want to know why? Because if it's not over that, you're going to always be chasing your
that's
tail.
why you're chasing your tail.
Right. So, just to break things down, you got to price your price so you not just breaking even, you actually making a profit. All right, because that's what we be liking to do.
We building machines, we're building companies.
Yes.
And the company has to profit.
Yes.
If you're not profitable, you might as well go get a job.
Because you working now.
I don't know what you're working for.
Yeah.
And if you don't never learn numbers and don't get good with numbers, the whole running a business is all about numbers.
That's it.
We doing this for passive, well, it's not really passive income, but we're doing this so that we can profit to feed our families. And maybe potentially be able to sell it one day.
Yeah,
you might be able to sell your cleaning company for a couple $100,000 one day.
Absolutely,
or maybe $1 million. It depends.
Like, let's just say this, and I see your hand, Miss Megan. Let's just say this, guys. If you guys are not looking into growing your cleaning company to multi-millions, and you just want to grow it enough to be able to sell it, do that. You don't have to be in this for the long haul. You understand?
A lot of
people
have
to do that,
because when people buy companies, they buy systems.
Yeah.
So it's people out there that got hundreds of thousands of dollars that will buy a small cleaning company because they don't want to start from scratch.
Exactly.
But if you got a nice size cleaning company, you make about $500,000 or whatever a year, they might look into your business and want to buy it, and then you take that, whatever they give you, and start something else with it. Now you got a big lump sum of money to start something brand new and build another company potentially. Yeah. People do it all the time. They sell businesses, they build businesses to sell them and get a big profit.
Yeah, them angel investors, they be in there, they be looking for them.
They also like you to have like assets in your business, like cars, like stuff like that in your business. Like if you have like apartment complexes, like duplexes, like land, stuff like that in your business too.
Yeah, definitely. So just be thinking about it, y'all.
That's right. Who was first? Miss Rufus who was it first? Megan or Miss Megan? Miss Megan, then Miss Rufus. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say that if you set your prices high, you're going to automatically attract higher paying clients. And for anybody who is still cleaning, you should have your prices set high enough to be able to pay someone else to do that cleaning if you're trying to get out of the cleaning. And everybody should go to my website and look at all the extras that I have that can be as add-ons, book. price is set so high that if someone buys the book and then they tell me that it's too high, if I think it's going to be a good client, I can offer them like a $50 discount, and just for the and still pay my, still have a profit, and they get to try us out, see that we're a good company, and then they want to stick with us.
Everybody got that? That was good, Megan. Go ahead, Miss Shanta Rufus.
Okay. You can go up on your price anytime. You don't have to wait until the first of the year, correct? When you go up on your prices.
If I would say you need to, for one, have a contract, right? And if your contract is a yearly contract, in your contract, it can state after this contract is up within the year process, we're going to go up 5%. We go up every year or at the end of each contract.
Yeah.
You understand? So you can have it like that. Some people do residential, and the residential people might not be on a contract. So at the end of the year, around this time, start sending out your letters and let them know.
Yeah, that's what I did. I had some older people that was at a certain price when I first started out, and I kind of kept them there. But I was like, I just can't keep sending 2 staff or 1 staff, and then she have them making the beds and and having 2 bathrooms, a living room, dining room, a kitchen, 3 bedrooms to clean. And I'm like, with all of that's going on, I can't keep you at that price and pay the people and pay, my products, the employees. Like, I just can't keep doing it. And she was just like, yeah, because I can't, bend and clean the bathrooms like I used to. And I really need y'all. And I was like, well, the only thing you could do is, because I took it up to, it was really low. Like, I think she was paying $65 when I first started out. Like, this is an older person. She stays, just her and her husband, and they older, they in their 80s or whatever. And I was just like, I just got to go up on my price with all that every time somebody come back, she asking, can you do this? Can you do this? Can you do this? Like, every time there's something special to be done. So I said, well, she need to come up with the price that everybody else is on, because I need to bring my prices up. That's too much work and asking for too much things, to keep it at that price. And, she thought by calling me personally that, I was going to change it. I was like, the only thing I could do, you could change it to once a month if you can't afford every 2 weeks.
Exactly.
I know that's right. See, a lot of people need to understand when you guys are creating your scope of work, like your checklist for what you're doing, like explain to the client, this is why I'm charging you what I charge, because I'm doing X, Y, and Z. Okay. A lot of now other people, I'm not sure about what they have, but we are the best because we do everything. This is what we do in my checklist. Now, if you cannot afford that, then guys, get creative. You guys can create packages for your clients if you have, and this is why knowing your data, because data does not lie, your calendar does. Okay. All right. So you want to be able to track that information for who's coming into your cleaning business. Okay. Do you see that you got more of a family home that's coming into the cleaning business? Do you see maybe single families? Like, you got to be able to understand who's coming in to capture that information to push out. So you can know who is your actual target audience. It doesn't mean I'm just a cleaning business. I'm just in business. I don't care who comes to me. I take it all.
I'm just posting and praying.
Right. So you can't just post and pray. Like, you can in the beginning, but you want to get in the habit of that information so you can actually target, send out those ads to the people that are actually coming to your business a lot. Create some type of package for them. Okay, I'll do the sinks. I'll do the kitchen, the bathrooms. Like, who is that? Miss Mika. Miss Tamika. She got. I don't know how many times we gotta go over that. Like, she has created packages for her particular client. Right. Because they want to buy certain things. They may not be able to afford her whole package, far as other cleanings, but she saw something and she was like, I'm about to run with it. And that is a good idea to have. So you just got to get creative when it pertains to just business within itself and your clients.
All right. This was good. Anybody else got their hand
Yes.
up? We already got you, Miss Rufus, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Have y'all ever subcontracted with anybody that has like a government contract? Because I just met this lady last week and sat down and talked with her, and she do government contracts, and she was just looking for a cleaner to subcontract in with her. And I
Right.
don't, I know it's a lot of paperwork when dealing with government contracts, so I haven't even tapped into that. But have y'all?
I would talk to Miss
Yeah.
Stacy.
I
I
would
know
give
she
it.
does it.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
so I
Miss
have,
Blue.
I got experience in doing the government contracting. And when somebody subs you out, like they have a lot of paperwork, then they have like the scope of work is very like detailed. So if you have like, if you're going to put like an employee in there, it's best to like give them the scope of work and sit down like in a meeting and go over it like verbatim. Because if you don't do like something right, if you don't like fill out their like sheet after you clean, sometimes they might want like a sign off sheet and you have to like fill everything out and do it properly. I know you have to send them like an invoice through like their procurement system, however they invoice like every month. Then like some procurement officers require you to have like a meeting with them like once a month. Like you gotta like stay on top of your stuff and just do everything that the contract says do, because they can terminate you at any time.
Oh
Ooh,
wow.
Yeah.
that's crazy. That's crazy. That's
Mhm.
crazy. Wow.
Yeah.
Look, you
Wow.
give permission, you give people permission to pay you, you
Give them
give them
permission to
permission to
starve you.
starve you. Like that's
That's like with
crazy.
any contract though, because
Yeah,
they can
yeah.
get rid of you just
At
for doing
any
your
point.
job.
At any point.
Okay.
Well,
So
does that answer your question?
Yeah.
Alice?
I'm good. Thank you.
Okay, perfect, perfect. So you guys, long story short, and so we can move on to the next slide because I know it's 9:07. We kind of ran over time. We want to respect everybody's time because we know that everybody got to get to work. They got other things that they need to do. So the inner work comes before the outer win. So what that basically means is you got to go through some type of self-development. We just talked about this earlier before you can actually start to see the wins. You can't out hustle low self-worth. So if you're telling yourself, I can't do this, I'm not going to be able to overcome this, or man, that ain't gonna work out for me. So okay, then you got to do some rework. In the beginning, it does not work for a lot of people. Shoot, you're gonna fail. You're bound to fail in the beginning if you did not have the guidance. Please understand that if you don't have no one teaching you on what to do and saying, hey, don't make that mistake. If they don't give you no blueprint, you're going to make mistakes, and you're going to be able to learn from those mistakes and potentially help someone else out. Okay, you can't outscale confusion. That is another thing. If you are confused about anything that you're doing and you are not a part of a community, you can't scale what you don't even understand. So you need to get that clarity so that way you guys can move forward and not feel like, man, look, I'm a little stagnant. Then that's when that peer pressure comes in. Oh, well, I ain't got to watch the business. And now the business just floating on its own. You're not watching anything. And before you know, here come the IRS. And here come all these other things that's going to hunt you. And then you're going to be saying, I got to file bankruptcy. So it's a lot of things that you guys need to take a look at before you just, tell yourself, hey, I can't do this. I can't do that. The way you value yourself determines how others value your service. This was my main reason for this slide right here. How you value yourself determines how others value your service. So if you feel like you don't want to charge people because you don't want to hurt their pockets, then guess what? They're gonna feel like they don't need to pay you because they can find somebody else cheaper. So you charge your price no matter what it is, you charge your price. Go ahead. Mindset blocks that keep cleaning business owners stuck. The fear of growth. If I grow, I lose control. That's not basically true. If you grow, you'll be able to expand on everything that you got going on. If you grow, your mindset learns more things. You learn more things inside of your business. You don't just have the same mindset that you had when you first started, because now you have the knowledge and the experience on, girl. Because just think about it. For you guys that have been in business for over 2 years, just think about everything that you know now that you didn't know before. You know what I'm saying? You don't still have the same mindset when it comes to certain things. Of course, if you're not self-aware of other things, you can't blame yourself for that. But you got to give yourself grace for what you do know and where you have come, because you could have just gave up a long time ago.
Right.
You know, but you didn't give up. You kept moving. All right, people pleasing. Now, let me tell you something. I'm guilty because I have people pleased in the past, and sometimes I still kind of do it to today, because you know, I just like to see people happy. But guess what? People pleasing ain't gonna get you nowhere but caught up. Okay, you trying to people please and do this, and your pockets is hurting behind it. So you want to make sure you're not people pleasing. You're not afraid to charge what you're worth. You want to set boundaries with people. Hey, listen, ma'am, because they'll get you good. You go to a client's house and you say, okay, this is my scope of work. Well, hey, can you do you mind doing my litter real quick? Well, do you mind walking my dog? Well, do you mind changing my bed sheets and all something that you didn't agree to? Now they're asking you outside of your scope of work, and that's because these people done got too comfortable. But you got to set boundaries and let people know, ma'am, if you want me to do X, Y, and Z because this was not in the scope of work, we're gonna have to renegotiate. I'm sorry, because now I have to add on more time. My allotted time that I adjusted was for 4 hours. And if I do what you're asking me to do, then it's going to adjust it to about 6 hours. So we need to go renegotiate. Transformation begins with awareness, and awareness births alignment. Transformation begins with awareness, and awareness births alignment. Because when you transform and you get to that point where you have that epiphany moment, like when you know your numbers and you say, you know what? It is what it is. If you don't take my price, then we can't do business. Once you find that out and have that epiphany moment, now you feel more better, and it aligns you with the right type of client, because now you're going to go after the client that you actually really do need. All right. Did y'all have any other questions? Any concerns? No?
Good.
Yeah, for the young lady that was asking about the subcontract work for the government, I know you do have to register maybe with your business if they require it on the contract. So if you're not already registered, you might have to also get registered for government contracting.
That's right.
And that's through sam.com. You got that, Miss who?
That was Miss Ruth.
It was me.
Yeah.
Okay.
All
right,
y'all.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Absolutely.
If we ain't got no more questions,
that was it, guys. That was the slides for today. I hope you guys really enjoyed it. I know I did.
Yes, I did. I'm so happy to be back. I'm sorry to interrupt you. I'm happy to be back.
You're absolutely fine. We were just sitting here talking, and we decided to do these slides to just work on the mindset and help people to understand and create that urgency of creating multiple streams of income so we can survive and leave generational wealth. All right.
All right. Good call. Good class, everybody. We're gonna go ahead and close this out.
All right. So y'all, let's go ahead with our
Y'all know we
pledge.
close it out with a pledge. Let's leave them with some good energy.
Okay, because we haven't done this in a while, y'all. We're gonna do our pledge today. Y'all ready?
Oh,
Y'all ready? I don't see no.
Yeah.
Yeah, we ready.
Yes.
I gotta
All
do
right.
it.
let's go. Remember, your energy attracts your
Let's
income.
go. All right,
Let's
y'all.
go.
On a count of 3, we're gonna get this thing all we got, because we know we are the only person that we can depend on. We can't depend on uncle, our auntie, our children. We can't depend on nobody else but ourselves to get us to where we need to go. We just need to have the mindset and the belief that we're going to get there. Do not ever forget the faith the size of a mustard seed. And y'all know how small the mustard seed is. As long as we got the faith the size of a mustard seed. I know sometimes you might feel like, shoot, I need a little bit more than faith for this situation. Try it. God, listen, God be there. You might feel like He not, but He is always there. And if a situation don't work out, just understand that it's not a disappointment. It's realignment. It's not disappointment. It's realignment because God wants to shift you into a different direction. But He had to dry that up first because you won't listen. He kept trying to tell you to move, but you won't moving. So now He got to dry this up so you can move. So He's like, this girl ain't paying me no mind. So let me thing up for her for a
situation.
You know what I'm saying? So that's sometimes things happen.
Yeah.
But we're gonna do this pledge, y'all. All right, on a count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Who are we?
Cleaning
Business
warriors.
warriors.
What do we do?
Fight.
When do we do it?
Now.
When will we stop?
Never.
And who is my future dependent on?
Me.
Yes.
Have a good day, babe.
Yes.
Y'all have an amazing day.
Yes.
You too.
You too.
Y'all have
Hey,
a blessed
See y'all
day.
tonight.
Miss Johnson, can
6:30.
can I add you to my Slack so I can send you my video? I'm gonna work on that today so I can get that. Okay.
Yeah, go ahead
Okay.
and add us to it.
Okay, all right.
All
Okay.
right.
All right. Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Bye.